they are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the AIW Intense Champion, one half of Rip City Shooters. Oh, he's got the belt. I love it. Ladies, gentlemen, I mean, what else can you say? The dude is the dude. He is Maserati. He is Wes Barkley. How you doing, Wes?
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me on early in the day, too. I got the caffeine going, and I'm ready to rock. So,
thanks for joining us, Wes. Really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Wes, so I will peel back the curtain here. We usually send the link out. We try to give you enough heads up with the link, but sometimes especially when I'm operating in DMs, I send it like 15 minutes before. Wrestlers, usually notoriously late. Some of them have been early. But Wes is like, I don't have the link. Like, everything good? I was like, I got you here. But you were ready. I appreciate the enthusiasm that last night you're like, I need the link. I'm ready to go.
Hey, I'm strictly business. There's, we call this professional wrestling at the end of the day. And you kind of just summed it up. There's a lot of unprofessional punks out there. So I'm trying to change that.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Wes,
you.
I wanted to open with the free show that is happening this weekend in AIW. It's part of a Main Street Festival, and you're going to be there. I live in Ohio. I'm probably about 20 minutes away from where this is. Assuming the weather holds, I would like to come out there, but that is the concern with this event. Is from what I've seen on the weather is cloudy forecast there. But tell us about the Main Street Festival and being part of this and the free show with AIW.
Saturday, be there, be square, Main Street Festival, North Canton, Ohio. This is our third year doing it. You never know what can happen. Let's get into the, small stuff. There's 4 shows. First one starts at 11, and then every hour or two, they keep running with the last show being at 5 o'clock. So, again, like you mentioned, it's all free. You get to see the best wrestling in Ohio, the best wrestling in Cleveland. There's nowhere else to be Saturday. So if you want to check out AIW, you live in the Ohio area, you live in surrounding states, be there. But a little secret, well, not a secret. It happened last year, but this is why you can't miss it. The DX, a.k.a. name redacted Army, was reformed. That's myself, Maserati Wes Barkley, the Intense Icon Joshua Bishop, and none other than DX Army OG Hornswoggle got together, got the glow sticks, got the green, and we tore down North Canton, and it was amazing. So you never know what can happen. That was my favorite moment from last year. So this year it's stack show as well.
I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'm going to try to come out there, assuming the weather holds. I like that it's an all-day thing. And if you are in the Ohio area, it is come for the wrestling, but there's a lot going on. It's a big kind of festival with a lot of different shops and parades and stuff happening. So it's a big deal out there. But
I got my kettle corn guy. I'm going to say what's up to him. There's some people making some jewelry and stuff. We're going to check it out. I told him I need a custom Intense champion necklace, so we'll see if they got it done. I gave him a little heads up, but there's a lot of stuff going on. It's an awesome walkthrough. Check out a little wrestling and then get on your way, or stay for the whole show.
There's a photo going around from your last match at Absolution in AEW when you won that title, that Intense title.
Yes, sir.
Photo of Derek Dillinger basically suplexing you on a bunch of chairs onto your head. First of all, how does that feel? But also, are you a fan of those incredible, moves like that, doing stuff like that in the ring?
I am a hardcore legend, if that's what you're getting at. I want everybody to know that. I'm Fightful Overbooked. I am a hardcore legend.
There you go.
But I mean, like, to be honest, like, Derek Dillinger held this belt for over 300 days, right? Me holding this for probably, I don't know, it's been a month maybe since then. I don't want to lose this. It took me 5 years to win this belt, and I don't want to lose it. So Derek Dillinger, he's sick in the head. We got to get that out of the way. But he is one of the best, if not the best wrestlers in the Midwest, and he didn't want to lose the belt. So he had to do anything it took to try to beat me. But he didn't get the job done, and I got the win. And to be completely honest, I was feeling that for a couple weeks. It was pretty brutal. But, that was pretty nasty. Not enough people saw it, I think. You know what I mean? That was pretty crazy. You don't see stuff like that often. So I felt it, and I felt it for a couple days after. But I needed to get through that to become the champ. So that was pretty nasty, though. That's 100%.
You've taken – oh, go ahead, Joel.
No, I said you got to give that back now.
Well, so there is a rematch. It's going to be coming out here soon. I don't know when it's going to air, but on Fight TV, Fight Plus, the Bill Alfonso Hardcore Tournament, the annual second year. This show is, I'm not going to lie. This show, it was outside the last 2 years at the Ashtabula County Fairgrounds. This year, it was a little rainy, so they brought us into a barn. But the whole city of Ashtabula came out, and they were rowdy. So the internet's not the best out there, so we have it live to tape, and that should be out soon. And that is my first title defense, the rematch against Derek Dillinger in an Ashtabula County bull rope match. And that is something you don't want to miss. But you don't want to miss the whole tournament. They had John Wayne Murdoch in it. They had Tim Donst in it. They had Mance Warner in it. Sleeper Chuck Stone was in it. My brother Joshua Bishop was in it. And Ziggy was in it. Dominic Guarini was in it. You know, a stacked lineup, a lot of different styles, and it's something you definitely got to check out. So that was my first official title defense. I think Saturday they're going to be a little more regular style wrestling matches, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Derek Dillinger, he's beating the shit out of me every time I've been in the ring with him. Am I allowed to swear in here? Sorry.
You are now.
No, you're fine. Hold on. A bull rope? Are you wrestled in a barn?
Oh, yeah. So this was, you know, I said it in the promo leading up to it. I said, we're going past the chickens. We're going past the pigs. We're going all the way to the back where they keep those bulls, and we're going to pull that bull rope down. And I am the bull rope legend, too. I don't want to say legend. I'm just going to say I'm undefeated in bull rope matches. I won against the Duke last year at Wrestle Rager, the biggest party of the summer, coming up August 26th in Lakewood, Ohio. That's a show you don't want to miss. It's just rowdy. And I went against the Duke, and those bull rope matches, I'm going to be honest, they suck. The bull rope's tripping you up. You never know when you can get hit with the cowbell. Derek Dillinger hit me right here. I had a goose egg for 3 days, just side of my head. I wrestled in New Jersey at ETU the next day, and they were like, what happened to your head? I'm like, you'll see it when it comes out on Fight. So bull rope matches are a whole different breed himself, but I'm 2-0 on them. So
you wrestled Dillinger last year in the Bill Alfonso.
Yeah, for round one.
Yes.
And that match is pretty funny too because, well, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh no! You have a pretty intense, shout out to the title, rivalry with Dillinger because you wrestled him in a fans bring the weapons match. You just beat him for the title. Another match with him coming up in this tournament, but just overall working with Derek Dillinger. Besides the fact that he drops you on your head on a bunch of chairs. Yeah,
he's amazing. Honestly, he doesn't get enough love. I said that, in other interviews and in the build up to it, the promos and whatnot, because it's true. He's getting a shout out at West Coast Pro. I know he's going to absolutely kill it against our boy Charlie. That's going to be a great match to check out. But Derek just doesn't get enough credit. He's been killing it for years all over the Midwest, and he goes and he makes you remember his name. He'll knock you out. He'll throw you around, and he's doing stuff that no one else is doing. So I really feel like I kind of hit a different level in my career right after COVID. I kind of start hitting at different, cylinders and whatnot. And we had the Chandler Biggins Memorial Tournament, which meant a lot to me. Chandler Biggins being there when I first started, always being an advocate for me, and him never getting to see me wrestle, unfortunately. But for that tournament, we did the Go for Broke show during the pandemic. It was a no fan show, great storyline and great storytelling. And it ended up being me and Derek in the finals. And I won it, and that was the most major win at that point in my career. And so that was huge for me. But ever since then, Derek Dillinger's had that iceberg on his shoulder trying to get back at me. So at the 2 years later, we wrestled at the Bill Alfonso tournament, which is a great match. Me and him out there in the Ashtabula County Fairgrounds. Ultra Mantis Black and Nightmare Freddy, Doug Gilbert wrestled right after us, and they were doing some similar stuff. So you could throw us right in the wing and this will work, but you could also throw us right in WrestleMania and this will work too. So we could do all the different styles. But finally, it felt amazing to finally get that win over Derek Dillinger because he's been beating me up for too long.
I'm going to throw a two-parter at you because we just talked about fans bring the weapons matches.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, you're going into a match like that. What's your feeling? Because you obviously, fans are bringing the weapons. You don't know what you're going to get. And number two, if you're a fan and you have to do a fans bring the weapons match, what are you going to bring for someone else to beat up their opponent with?
Great questions. I'm writing this down so I don't forget the first part. We're going to the weapon first. Second, sorry. I saw this is just live, and you got to be able to secure the goods if you're going to bring this, right? So I was walking the other day. I would bring one of those, guys that holds the little sign out, like the little green guy that they do to direct traffic. I bring him probably with some barbed wire around him. And I don't know how I'd get it in the venue. These fans are crazy. They bring some forks and shit. I don't know how they come up with this stuff. I don't have that much time to be making arts and crafts, but I'll rip that off the street. Shh, don't tell anybody. Wrap it in barbed wire. Then we'll send that out there. But for me to be in a Fans Bring the Weapons, all right, I'm not trying to be dropping names, right? But my first Fans Bring the Weapons match was against Nick Gage. Left me laying, busted open, bleeding, stole my watch. I got the watch back. I got it in the other room. I can grab it if we got enough time. But that was my first match as a Fans Bring the Weapons. So I'm kind of like hardened up and, I'm callous to the Fans Bring the Weapons. So that's one thing that really made me, always be spontaneous and be ready to rock. And honestly, I don't know if AIW management is too happy with me, but I kind of treat any match like a Fans Bring the Weapons. If I see a fan with a beer, it's getting smoked over your head. Shh, ref, don't tell anybody. You know what I mean?
If you're wrestling Nick Gage in your first one, that's getting thrown right into the deep end immediately going against Gage. Thinking of guys who hit hard and bring the intensity, you team with Josh Bishop, who is one of the nicest guys, but then you get him in the ring and he's one of the meanest guys. Yeah. My favorite thing about Bishop, and we've had him on the show a couple of times, is he kind of does the fist pound to the fans ringside. He will break your hand. Oh, yeah. And he has no regrets about that. But just working with Josh Bishop and being teammates with him of like, I got this dude kind of watching my back if things get out of line here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the number one trash talker in wrestling. And usually the trash talk goes up when I'm with Big Josh because, come here, I got Big Man with me. But yeah, I mean, you summed it up perfectly. Fans sometimes look for it, and sometimes fans next time are not throwing it. But just getting a tag from them, sometimes I try to hide that, but honestly, no, Josh is amazing. He's done some stuff in the ring that I've never seen anybody do. He's thrown people to new heights, literally. And he's crazy. Honestly, he's crazy. There was a time where to get him fired up, I would lock him in a closet for 24 hours, even though the match wasn't a Monsters Ball match. He would just ask to do it. And I would, Josh, you're up. And he'd come out like Goldberg. And who's next?
Go ahead.
Oh, one of my favorite matches this year was from AIW, and I'll forget the name of the show, but it was you, Dillinger, as usual. He seems to be in all of these. Joey Janela, Paul London. 4-way match from earlier this year. What was it like working with Paul London? Because he didn't do too many shots. He's certainly not then. And then Janela doesn't come into AIW too often. So him being there, again, that was one of my favorite matches this year.
Yeah,
what was that
was awesome. That was in February. Join the Swarm was the name of the show in Akron. And Akron has been hit or miss with me, but lately it's been a lot of hits because I started off there. They didn't really like me. And just 3 years of grinding it out, they started to like me. And that match, is really what fired me up this year because last year I had some great moments that we might hit on, we might not. But I beat Matt Cardona last year, which was huge for me. He cut my hair. Then I got revenge on his partner who brought the freaking Clippers out, Brian Myers. So 2 huge wins for me. That was November and December. January was whatever. And then February I get the shot for the Intense title, right? So you got Paul London, like you mentioned, which not making a lot of things. We did a little seminar the day before, and he was awesome. Always gave me great feedback, but then I kind of hit him. He goes, "Wait, you used to have longer hair. Now your hair's short." He's like, "We're wrestling tomorrow." He's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have told you all those, all the stuff." So I had a little leeway there, but again, he's unpredictable. He's one unpredictable dude. Derek was in it. Derek Dillinger, who was on a hot streak, and Joey Janela, who is a former Intense champ, but he's also crazy. Joey Janela, he's unpredictable. So going into that, I was ready to win the belt. The odds were in my favor because I could pin 3 people instead of just 1. But that match ended up being bonkers. We went out in the crowd. We're getting crazy. People are getting hit with doors. I'm busted open. Paul London grabs a trash bag. He starts swinging around the trash man. And honestly, that match really gave me some momentum, even though I lost. And that not only did I lose, but Derek Dillinger curb stomped me into this belt, and it really fired me up to win the belt this year. But that match was awesome. It was my first time in there with Joey. It was first time in there with Paul as well. But just kind of getting to wrestle with those guys and the unpredictability and just kind of going with the flow. It was an awesome experience, and it was crazy. So definitely check that match out.
Janela was talking of I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I was insane. And then London comes in there and he's like, this guy is out basically insaning me. And I know at one point Janela just takes a seat. He's like, I just needed a break. I need to just try to get away.
Yeah, Joey was hiding in the crowd drinking a beer. Yeah, that was good. And Paul London was beating the shit out of me. And then someone put someone to sleep and there was a pillow. So, this thing went crazy. So that match is definitely one to check out. But yeah, Paul London, he came in. You thought he was going to be doing some SmackDown stuff. And he just turned it up to 11.5 and went crazy. So that was an awesome experience. Paul London's a great dude. He just got announced yesterday for the JT Lightning Invitational in September. If you're in the Cleveland area, September 15th and 16th, don't miss that out. 24 contestants. I'm in it to win it.
That's on my birthday. The tournament's on my birthday. I should
hell yeah
get that out there. I'm about 40 minutes away from Cleveland, so
yeah, 2 days.
Right,
there's a place where you have been trying to be in it to win it, but you haven't been lately.
Uh-oh.
Wow, Joel. Hold on, Joel. Why are you setting?
I'm undefeated, like Joel. I'm undefeated. All right. If it didn't go my way, they were probably pulling the hair, or they cheated, grabbed the tights, maybe did illegal maneuvers. I'm talking to the commission, whatever company it is. I'm talking to the commission getting overturned. Just kidding,
Well, you started you started appearing here in my neck of the woods. I'm up in Toronto.
Oh,
working up in Greektown Wrestling, which for a long time has been my home base for interviews and wrestling and everything, but you're winless here at Greektown. You're going to be facing Puff in about 10 days, part of the Greektown Cup.
Can't wait.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me about working here in Canada, working at Greektown, and working Puff.
All right, so I love coming up to Canada, and I love working for Greektown. You've pretty much hit it on the head. An amazing company. When I was training to be a pro wrestler, right, I would get on the road with some guys. I messed my back up, right, so I was on the injury reserve list for a minute, and I still hopped in cars and got any company I could go and show face and just kind of check it out. And I went to a couple of different companies, and I went to Greektown probably 7 years ago, right? And this is when there was Jock Sampson versus Sonny Kiss in a blindfold match, and it was one of my favorite matches. I couldn't talk about Greektown without mentioning that, and I always tell them. But that was one of my favorite matches, but it was a great show. It was in Toronto. The fans were rowdy. People are drinking beers. It was a Sunday. It was just an awesome show. So I said, I want to wrestle here one day. So I talked to Channing a little bit then, just, asking for advice starting out and whatnot. It was actually about being in a tag team because I was like, hey, me and this dude might tag. You got any advice? And he gave me some great advice. So then we got some opportunities, and I reached out to them. I came out and I did a show in Hamilton and London. Amazing experiences. I had to come back to Cleveland that Saturday, so I didn't get to wrestle in Toronto. And then the last time I was up there, we did a 4-day tour, which was Hamilton, London, Toronto, and ended it in Waterloo. And the stats say I went 0 for 4, right? But Space Monkey, he cheated. He's got the tail. I pinned him 3. Rip Impact, I almost called him Rip Hamilton because it was in Hamilton. The Hamilton Hero, they called me the Hamilton Hater. He was grabbing the tights. That's overturned. Me and Bill Collier, he was pulling the hair the whole match. Toronto loved it though. So there's some Toronto total pieces of trash out there. And then Sunday against Jock Sampson, you know how that went. He was, I don't even know where to start. Low blow, eye poke. He did all the above. So I'm glad you brought it up because next Saturday, the 19th, I cannot wait to get up to Greektown, get back to Toronto, and it is the Greektown Cup, a.k.a. I'm going to smoke Puff in the first round, put whoever you want in the second, because I'm proving that I'm the Greektown GOAT. You heard it here first.
Those are big
Joel,
words.
Joel, are you
going
to
be
the show?
there?
I guess I have to now. I got to cheer on our boy.
Wes, will you punch him in the face? Because that was not a great line of questioning.
Jeremy.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right, Jeremy.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. We have to talk about this for a second. They're calling you the Hamilton Hater. And you know what? I stand by you for that. If there's one thing people know, it's that I am a Hamilton Hater. Very well known. Chat will tell you as well.
Yeah.
So I got it. You know what?
They're haters in Hamilton. Every town they were hating on me. I don't know why. I wore my USA gear. I was just representing. I tried a USA chant. They didn't like it. Whatever. I was just trying to represent. But yeah, I've been getting cheated. That's another reason why I cut my hair is to, I've been getting it pulled. So I was thinking about even dyeing it blonde so the ref could see when the guy's grabbing it. But I think this would suffice. But yeah, I'm going to that and I'm leaving with the Greektown Cup. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Now I got to cheer him on. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Let's go. I'm going to be honest with you, though. like you're probably going to be the only person cheering. So I appreciate it, but just be ready. I got your back, but it might be me and you against 400 people. So
Now,
we got it. I'll hit him with the cup.
Well, no. So I'll pull the curtain back a little bit for Greektown. Where you guys wrestle at that church, where y'all dress, I'm usually posted across in the kitchen doing interviews. So I get to watch a lot of the matches because I'm usually sitting there with my producer just hanging out. So
let's get one. I'm
gonna have to pull you out. So I'll talk to the
let's do it.
Wes, let me tell you. Joel, he's Canadian. Canadian's so nice. No, he's gonna turn on you. You got to get him first. You got to punch him first. You heard that line of questioning. You've never won here. You haven't had much success here. He's not actually nice. He's setting you up. You got to punch him first. What are you gonna do?
You're onto something.
Suspend me? Are you gonna suspend me, Jeremy? And the whole media world's gonna come after you for suspending me for talking the truth?
No,
I'll be back the next day.
Us Ohio guys got to stick together.
Hell yeah. I'm always 2 steps ahead. I kind of let my guard down a little bit, but I got to put these Versace walls back up just in case.
I'm telling you, go ahead, just punch him. It'll work out better. It'll work out better for you.
Wow.
You wrestled for AEW. I believe it was last year.
Yes, sir.
Wolstein Center. I was at that event and I popped when I saw you there.
Appreciate it.
Oh shit, Wes, let's go. What was that experience like?
Honestly, top to bottom, amazing experience. So the first time I worked for AEW was in January of, I think last year or the year before, just an extra backstage, took it all in. It was wild, And then this time, I actually got to wrestle in the dark match against Dante Martin. Hope he heals up soon. He's an amazing competitor. He's got all the potential in the world, and he's doing stuff no one else can do. But it was pretty wild. I was the first person to go out. It was like the first match, and I was the first entrant. So you don't really know too much. You're there, and you're kind of just seeing. And then they put my name on the board. They said, Wes Barkley, you're out first. I said, it's go time. So I went to catering, ripped a little bit of catering, cut people in line. Might have some heat backstage. I got my guys backstage, but maybe I got some heat too, whatever. So went out there. I actually finished school at Cleveland State University. So it was kind of full circle to wrestle at the Wolstein Center. It was an amazing experience, but it was awesome. Top to bottom, the match was only probably 4 minutes, but I gave it all I got. And I might have got overzealous, and Dante picked up the win. But it was amazing to be in Cleveland. It was amazing to get the response, the Maserati chants. That was very cool. Not going to lie, I don't get nervous often, but I was pretty nervous. Would love to go back, hoping we can work some stuff out in the future. I know they're coming back to Cleveland. We'll see what happens there. After that, too, got some great opportunities, got to go to Game Changer Wrestling after that. A couple different companies brought me in after that too, which was awesome. But yeah, AEW is an amazing company, and I'd love to get back there, and they treated me amazing both times. And that was just me doing, just being an extra and doing a dark match. So got to meet some talent. Christian Cage is awesome. I couldn't do this if you bring that up. He was probably the coolest dude. He gave me some great advice backstage that it's just wild how, because I told him, hey, I'm nervous. I'm going out there, first match. You got any advice? And instead of some other guys that were just like, oh, you do your best, kid, and keep moving, he kind of broke some stuff down. And he was talking about when he wrestled The Undertaker. He's like, yeah, when I was in a match against The Undertaker, he kind of looked at me like, who Taker is? I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, this ain't on that level, brother, but I appreciate, you bringing that up. So it was, it was awesome though, for him to, actually go out of his way and, give me a little speech instead of just, other people were just looking. Cause I come out like, there's no one really with style like me. I brought the sequins back to pro wrestling. I brought the glitz and glamour black. I'm the flamboyant wrestler. Sure, I got the tassels and whatnot on, but I'm still can punch you in the face and do some stuff you didn't expect or get hardcore. So when people were looking at me backstage with the tassels, they were kind of like dust in the eye. Again, might have been because I cut people in catering, so I had heat. But yeah, just top to bottom, amazing experience. I got to give a shout out to Britt as well, Britt Baker. She trained at AIW when I was first coming in, and we've always had a great relationship. Super grateful for her. She definitely pulled some strings on that. And awesome moment with her was actually last year when she came to AIW. I don't know if you're going to get that. I'll go on if you want me to go on.
Oh, no, I was going to say I was there.
Yeah.
I was Gauntlet for the Gold last year. And I talked to Dominic Guarini last week, and he was kind of giving a little behind the scenes on that. And her music. They were thinking of playing the I forget the name of the song that she used in AIW.
It was like an Iron Man or something.
Yeah, I think it's Iron Man. And Garini's like, no, you got to play her AEW theme, so everybody pops. And I was there with my wife, and my wife like jumped to the building or to the roof when she heard the theme. But yeah, Garini was talking about that. She donated all her meet and greet money to everybody, and like she didn't even want to get paid. She donated all that to everybody in the match. So yeah, go ahead. You can talk more about that. But
well, it's just like it's crazy to think too, because it's like I've had these moments in my career, right? Like you obviously have like your first match where it's like, wow, that was pretty sweet, but you know, I just wanted to keep going. Then winning the Biggins Cup was huge. We won the tag team belts after, which was an awesome experience as well. Then you have like wrestling for AEW. That was an amazing experience, reaction wise, being in that type of stadium wise, you know. And then you have like this moment, which was just surreal, right? So we had the match. It turned into, it was Dom against Cardona. And then Philly and Marino came out, messed it up. And then me and Josh came out, made the save. And then we were going to cut Cardona's hair, which was epic. And then Chelsea Green gave us the low blow, which she still got a receipt. I don't know where she's at now. Just kidding. I see you on Raw. I saw you there. And then Britt to come out, the building exploded. And I've never been a part of something like that ever, and that was just surreal to feel it in the goosebumps. And if you watch it back, you can even see it on her face, like how awesome it was for her to return and do that. And I'm so grateful she did that for us, and we got a tag with her, and just to be a part of that was amazing. So that was probably one of my like highlights, like top 5 highlights in pro wrestling.
So I'm seeing a photo here, pre-show good luck charm. You got some sushi on the table.
Oh yeah.
What are we eating here? Because I love a sushi man. What are we eating?
So whenever I get sushi at different places, right, I'm always eating the day before show, right? And whenever I get sushi, I always get a California roll, right? Just because that's kind of my tester, right? Like if you can do a Cali roll, you're set. But if you mess up a Cali roll, it's like, dang, how are we getting the rest of them, right? So I love yellowtail. I love like a yellowtail with a little scallion or, you know, a little garlic on top. So that's another one of mine, yellowtails. Then I'm just ripping the sashimi. I let the chef do it up sometimes, you know, the chef sampler, and I'll rip, you know, tons of pieces of that. Josh Prohibition, shout out to Josh Prohibition. He has a spot here where we live because he lives really close to me, and it's $25 all you can eat sushi. So when he puts the bat call out there, I'll always be there. And then Josh has been coming, and Josh, the thing about JB is he didn't start off a sushi guy. We had to get him hip to it. So he ordered like 20,000 rolls of spicy tuna, and he starts ripping it, and he's looking at me like, see, I'm all about diversity too. Let me tell you that. Like I got to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And when you got the all you can eat, you can do it all. But he got all these spicy tunas, and he's probably like a quarter, maybe less than a quarter way through. And he kind of looks at me. It's like, I'm like, you good? Like I've seen this dude eat unreal amounts of food and kind of look at me like, I can't finish it. Is that all right? I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, you're good, you know? And he's like, no, I got to finish it. Like, this was before a show, some shitty show we went to in like 4 or 5 years ago, right when I was starting out. He got a gargantuan from Jimmy John's, double meat, and like made it extra. And he was like one butt lift. He was like, Wes, I don't think I can finish it. I'm like, dude, you're good. He almost yacked, whatever. But back to the sushi. So he's eating all these tuna, and he's like looking at me like, dude, I don't think I can finish it, which I was like, dude, you're good. But then we look on the menu, and it's like, since it was all you can eat, it's like if you don't eat it all, you get charged the way out what you got. So I had a kayfabe and put it on a napkin and go to the bathroom and dump them out and just come out smooth. And then he got out of there. But then he started coming around and diversifying it. But he tried this mackerel. Josh Prohibition, you know what I'm talking about. Josh made him try this mackerel, and JB was like, you know, yakking. It was the nastiest thing. There's a video of it that's super secret, but yeah, he's starting to come around with it. But yeah, I'm open to try anything. I like the J Pro also got me hip on the little salmon roe, the little eggs. Those are pretty fire too. You throw those on something. So I'm open to whatever. You know what I mean? Like I love sushi though. I like going to spots where they got their own little rolls and do it up. But yeah, what's your favorite roll?
I mean, a California roll is great. A spicy salmon roll is always good.
Yeah.
Here they do the Philly rolls.
Philly with the cream cheese, yeah.
Cream cheese in it once in a while. Yeah. That's good. Man, now we're going to have to go. We're going to have to find an all-you-can-eat spot in Toronto for you. That's where
Let's go. Let's go. I mean, I might move to Toronto after I win the Greektown Cup. You know what I mean?
If you can afford the rent here, then God bless.
I think that's part of the thing. That's part of the thing. If I win the cup, they're giving me a Penthouse, sweet.
They rent you a room in the church.
Oh yeah, hey man, it's a good location.
That's right.
Yeah,
Wes, last one for you. Is that a Witch cup? I respect that.
it is. You're the second
yeah.
person to notice that. I just got this randomly. It's the biggest cup. It's like a half gallon. I rip like 20 of these a day. I'm all about my water. So I just the biggest cup I had, and people are like, which? I'm gonna be honest, I've never had which before.
You just have the cup?
Oh yeah.
I mean, they do have just giant cups. You get them for like free.
Yeah.
If you just like purchase the sandwich. Yes.
Yeah. Someone gave me this, and I was like, that's fine.
Last one. Being from Ohio, we get a bad rap here in Ohio. Sometimes deserved. Let's be honest. But a good thing about Ohio, maybe a spot that nobody knows about. Maybe a good experience that you've had besides the wrestling, but a good thing about Ohio.
Wow, that's loaded. Let's see here. People love their sports, so diehard Browns. Not always the best team. The Guardians are pretty sick too. Let me think. That's a good question. I mean, I've been here my whole life, so maybe that's why I'm a little jaded, and I'm just kind of in the routine right now, trying to get a deal or something with this wrestling. So I've been laser focused on that. But man, let me think about that. Let's see. The weather is really what makes Ohio people Ohio, right? And this might not be the answer people are looking for. If they just came for a week and I got 10 spots you can go to and you can have fun, you get Mitchell's ice cream, go to this spot downtown Town Hall, eat pretty good, check out, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, check out a Browns game, Guardians game, Cavs game, just sports are centric. But the weather is really what makes people, right? So right now it's hot as shit here, excuse my language, 90 degrees, right? The summers wouldn't be the summers if it wasn't for these 9 months of winter, right? So we get cold here in Cleveland, it gets windy, people are grinding, they're all hard workers here, and it's because of that weather. So that's who I do it for. I do it for the people putting in 40, 50, 60 hours a week, the blue collar that spend their 20, 25 bucks, come to an AIW show. I lay it out all for them, right? I do it for the grinders. So I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of first thing that came off my mind. Again, I'm ripping a ton of coffee right now, so I'm all over the place. And I'm just thinking about Saturday, North Canton. That's the place to be.
There you go. AIW this Saturday, North Canton, Main Street. It's free. It's all day. Again, not only do you get wrestling, you get a bunch of other events and shops as well. There you go. The Intense title right there. Wes Barkley will be there. Josh Bishop will be there. Dominic Guarini as well. PME. Just wrestling all throughout the day. Wes, we appreciate you joining us today. Let everybody know where they can find you at.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Twitter at Wes Barkley. Instagram at Maserati West. If you want a promo or a shout out, there's no one better than me on Cameo. Let me tell you that straight up. So go on cameo.com/Wes Barkley. I think it's like $15. I'll cut a great promo for you, $100 for a marketing campaign. You want me to do a green screen video and review your business, hit me up on the DMs. That's a different story for a different day. But thank you guys for having me on. Joel, I'll see you in Canada next week. You better be cheering or we're going to have beef. And Jeremy, I will see you Saturday in North Canton.
That's right.
August 26th, AIW Wrestle Rager 7, biggest party of the summer. Don't miss that. And September, JT Lightning Invitational Tournament, the best tournament in all pro wrestling, 24 of the best competitors across the U.S. and beyond. I can't leak any secrets, but keep your eyes peeled. We got some big names coming. I want Paul London in the first round. You brought him up. I'm going to smoke his ass in the first round. But yeah, Saturday, North Canton. No other wrestling in Ohio to be at except there. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate it. We in the weeds right now, baby.
Wes, thank you so much. Wonderful time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wes. Really appreciate it. I'll hopefully see you this weekend.
Let's go. Stay in touch, guys.
All right. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you having me on. Do I stay on here or do I go log off?
I will click you off.
All right.
All right.